And we are back with 74 loose Star Wars vintage figures that just came back from AFA. But it's been more than a year. I don't even remember the characters that I sent in. I could check. I'm not going to. I don't know what the grades are. I don't know anything. They just finally showed up. And I'm like, oh. So, let's find out what I got and how well I did. If there's any screw-ups, if there's any repro weapons, how much money did I make, how much money did I lose, the usual. Off the bat, we have received the dreaded refusal reports. Always exciting to lose money because of reproductions or my screw-ups. So this is quite a lot of figures, actually, of just you lose. Literally, you lose. Lady, loose figure, wrong. So literally, I sent in a Kenner lightsaber with a Lady Star Wars Vader. Incorrect blaster. How do you send the incorrect blaster with an Imperial Commander? That should just be the basic blue blaster. What? Overlapping paint on chest cannot be authenticated as original. Yeah. Skirt is an aftermarket reproduction, and that's after I checked all that stuff. Painted areas have been touched up. We're going to investigate that because, wow, I've never seen people touch up a Walrus Man white tusk. So thank God those were submitted on the lowest tier because that still is all financial losses right there. Solid. So we are down 5 refusals. Some of them are my problem or I've done something wrong. And AFA also being a bunch of little pansies. It is what it is. Obviously, you can't call them up and say, yo, fix this shit. So, I love these cocoons. And we are there. We are there. So, let's do this. Right off the bat. 2-1B. AFA 85. So that's probably about $150 to $175. C3PO 80 plus. That's really good grade. He is not easy to get graded. That's about $100 a quarter to $135. The markets on these have actually gone up since my last video. I was kind of surprised about that, but some have gone down. Walrus Man, AFA 85. That's about $175, $165. He is not easy to get that 85. C3PO, AFA 85. That might be about $200 to $220. Emperor, he is tough. Because, guys, remember, if you get the two-tone plastic where the chest plastic, which is a different type of plastic in general than the legs and arms, and there's just a little bit of difference in color, you're done. AFA 75. They will not give you the 85, but they gave me the 85. So about $150 for the Emperor. Another Walrus Man. 85 plus. That is a solid opening. So, again, like, people want the 90. 85 plus is still a very strong and difficult piece to get. Don't get me wrong. But people really want to see that 90 down there. So let's say if the Walrus Man was an AFA 85, you have $175 like the one I showed you previously. A plus maybe $250, might be $3. I could be wrong. It depends on how many are out there in the market at the moment. But people really want to see that 90. That's where you get the big, crazy money. We have Rebel Commando, 85. Well, Commander for Hoth, not Endor. Zuckuss. No, my lord. I have not received a 90 in so long. A Zuckuss 90. Okay. Got a little teary-eyed right here, to be honest with you, because it's a great feeling to get that amazing grade. Not just, obviously, the money involved. And again, I do collect toys. I just don't collect loose AFA figures. This is all just for monetary gain because, of course, I'm evil. But an AFA 90, that is, wow. That makes up for those losses of those 5 refusals. So, I don't know, man. You're in crazy territory here. It's still possible that this figure may not be buku dollars, but we're talking probably $400. Which again, I'm excited about it. Because an AFA 85 would probably be around like $175. So, wow, we have 2 gold seal 85 plus and a 90. Let's keep rolling, people. Leia Bespin, not an easy figure to get a grade of 85 on. 80. So that's kind of expected. That's about 145, 175 maybe. Bespin Guard, 80. Again, like, you get one little thing wrong off the gold leaf, a little bit in the hand, you're going to get the 80. You know what? That's fine. So that's about 125. Not an easy sale. Chewbacca, 80 plus. So that's about 150, 160-ish. People still love their Chewies. Cloud Car Pilot, 85. That is a great display piece, those two accessories there. It makes it really pop. That's going to be about a $200 figure. He's still very popular. It's like one of the few. I think I only had like this figure as a kid as a hand-me-down for Star Wars Vintage, to be honest with me. I never got any of this stuff in this store as a kid. I knew about the movies, but I was still too young to get them. But I remember this one like being in my hands at a really young age. So I have an affinity for the Cloud Car Pilot. Hammerhead, 80 plus, which, like, how could you get the 80 plus on a Hammerhead? It's just his painted eyes. I get that. And this probably was a dead stock figure that was sliced off the bubble, never played with, and I still got an 80 plus. So it's not easy to still get those 85s. So again, about 110. Told you to run through these. Akbar, 80. Ugh, 100. About $100. A lot of those Jedi figures, if you go get an 80 on them, it's like $100. Vader. Vader be popular. 80. I'm not going to cry about that, obviously. So an 80 on him, Hong Kong. Letter on hilt, which is a good... People really want that variant of the letters on the hilts, even though to me it's just people being crazy in general. But letter on the hilt, 80. That might be about 200, 225. No problem. I'm expecting most of these to be 80s. Another Vader, letter on hilt, 80 plus. That might be about 250. Chewbacca again, 85 plus. Holy guinea pigs. Wow, that's an 85 plus and a Chewie again. Maybe 350, 300. I mean, but still, wow. This is unexpected. Quick pause and we'll tidy up. Okay, we are back, and it looks like a wolf spider's nest. I'm putting my hand into it at this point. That's just kind of weird. Like, don't put your hand in. But we have some goodies in here. We have another Vader. Oh, a 75 plus. Like, you're done. How that got a 75, I don't know. Maybe the guy rubbed his eyes at that quick moment and was like, where was I? Whatever, 75. There's going to be some zonkers in here, but I mean, a Vader getting a 75? Thanks. Okay, that was a little being mean, but you get my point. Chewbacca, 85, about $200. That's great. I'm still a little upset on the Vader because that's a figure that doesn't get those 75s. But a Fett got an 80 plus. So that's the Fett market actually went up and it's gone down, but it's gone down to that price point where it's like, yeah, that's still fair. So, I mean, I'm going to guess 200, 250 for a loose figure. That's fantastic. So no arguments. Greedo, they're a little weird piece. Those 4 Cantina aliens are just odd. They're just so hard to get that 85, but we got the 85. So that's about 175, I believe. Rebel Trooper, 85. So that's about a $175 figure. He's not easy to get that 85 on that figure. It's a lot of paint. 85, 125 roughly. We are banging. Thank God no more 75s. And of course, after I say that, I pull a Luke X-Wing out, which is going to be an 80 plus, not a 75. So that's really nice. 80 plus for him. He's uncommon to get a decent grade on. Probably about 150. Okay, quick readjustment because it was getting deeper and my back was saying, hell no. Wow. Upside down Emperor Royal Guard from Stranger Things or Emperor's Royal Guard. What is that? 80 plus. That is absolutely just fine. 80 plus on him, about 175, 165. There is that base level. Let's put it that way. Wow. 85. So about, I mean, it could be a push 200 now. I'm not sure. He's just not easy. Oh, man, they're all flipped over. I don't know why the guy flipped them over. 75 plus. So, yeah, thanks. So I did look at the other figure that got 75. And, okay, so it is what it is. The paint applications and the quality control of the 70s and 80s is nothing like it is today. So there was a little bit of white just from the spray app, not that it was played with, that was just enough where the guy was like, it's going to be a 75. It's just because it's not fresh, it wasn't mint. And if you play the overall game, the only paint application on the entire figure is just there. So they're literally just only looking at that. And if one of those boxes has a little scuff, you're not going to get a good grade. That's why Vader is so hard to get a good grade on, let alone the saber. There we go. Long rant, but we have our Emperor's Royal Guard, and it got 75 plus. Well, moving on. That's cannon fodder. Hold on. They put a little nice deviators right here. Makes it easier to get them out. Okay. Wow. Death Star droid. Very hard to get a good grade on. 80. Very nice. About 175 because an 80 for that is very acceptable in the collector community. 3PO, 80 plus, just fine. Yeah, they don't do uncirculated. You guys know that. You saw my shirt. Bespin Guard, 80 plus. So again, for the pair of those, 150 bucks each, maybe a little bit less. Forlom, for the love of money. No, they did not mess up on these names. That was what the character's name was and intended to be, not Zuckuss. 80 plus, same thing. Ben Kenobi, 85. So that's a strong piece right there. And at 85, we're looking at probably around 250. Sorry if the focus keeps going in and out. 80, so that's about 175, 180 for that. Han Solo original, getting the original 12s, it looks like. 80 plus, totally fine with that. And again, not an easy character to get a good grade on. I'd probably say 175, maybe push 200. That was General Medine. Lando, 85. So even like for him, especially at 80, just does not sell even at like 125 bucks. He's loved, but the way the colors come off and the paint and the details, it's just not a striking figure. But at 85, he'll do well by about 150. Bespin Guard, 80 plus, so about 150, better than an 80. We'll grab 2 this time. 80 plus for Forlom, so about 140, 130. Akbar, 85, so about 150. Greedo, 85, so that's about a $175 figure right there. So far, we got a couple zonkers and a couple nice pieces, but on a steady run of 85s and 80s. So again, about 150. But it'll sell versus just sitting there. Death Star droid, 80 plus, so stronger, maybe about 200, maybe. And we got, 85. We were doing very well on Landos. 3PO, 80, so again, 100 and a quarter maybe. Couple in the back. Paplu, 85, solid. So with an 85 on him, that might be about 250 to 300. I could be way off on that because that's not a figure I sent in and got graded that off. And because, again, his arms and his legs get different two-tone colors very often. Luke original. Now we're talking. I think 85s are around $450, $500. I think AFA 80s are around $250, $300. I could be wrong, but 75 plus. So it doesn't even matter. So 75 plus. Again, as I was mentioning, if you look at the two tones right there on the arms versus the torso, that's why it's a 75 plus. And I think with the value of getting it graded at 75 plus, it's still worth getting graded. So I think it's about $200. Another Luke, 80 plus. So again, that might be 250 right there. Solid. Snaggletooth, 80 plus, about 135. I'll grab 2. Luke Bespin, also, if it has those two tones, which is very common for this figure, 75 all day long. But today, we got the 85. So that'd be about $250. Snowtrooper, 85. That's about $200. Oh, I got a Barada. And especially now, with the way with the world we live in, with a lot of the fakes that are out there, people really want the authentication now versus previously. Norm was like just snickering at it. But now we have to. 80. So I hate to say I would expect that. That's about a $300 figure, maybe 250. Oh, we have 2 of them. 80 plus, about 200, 250. Oh, okay. Check that out. Our first Yoda, brown, 85. Solid piece. Might be about $250, $300. We have a TIE Fighter pilot. 85. Oh, that's solid. Another $200 figure. And we have, I looked at the sticker, not the grade. Just kind of like, when you're picking it up. 85 plus. We have a very happy Zuckuss day today. Let me clean up. On a side note, I do love the fact that AFA does give me back all the cases. It's not big money, but it's really appreciated because every little bit helps. WADA, for grading video games, does not give you any of your cases back. And it just still surprised me to this day. Here we go. The finale. So here's the Walrus Man that they said was a aftermarket repaint. And let's check it out. Let's get a little zoom on that face. Okay, so AFA, yeah, you guys can literally just take it. Just literally take out an entire newspaper ad and say, you were dead right and I was wrong. This looks like some joker decided to paint that up. God, a Walrus Man, too. Yeah, I should have known better. This is my fault. The Vader, ugh. Oh, wow, look at that. They shoved it in backwards. I've never seen anyone ship a Vader to protect the saber like that. And that was because I had the wrong saber with the Lily Later Vader. And there's my... How did I get a Bespin gun? That's not the right gun. They're telling me. And then somebody touched up the chest, which it happens, but I don't think this one was touched up. But it does look really, really bad. Yeah, that's not good. But I mean, again, a lot of these figures, probably not the Walrus Man, were literally pulled off of open carded figures. So, overall, I am going to shut my mouth and continue. Jawa, 85. That's about a $200 figure. Pretty good to get. Jawa, 85. I like repeating myself. No problem. I wish there was more Fets in here, but I've already noticed there's no more Fets. Lumat. Very, very problematic figure, 80 plus. That's solid for me. About a $200 figure. Jawa, 80 plus, about 175, no problem. Jawa, 85, that's 3. Hopefully we're going to do it in 4s. 80 plus, not the 4s I was hoping for. Jawa, 85. Wow, I got a lot of Jawas cooking in here. I like this. R2-D2s. This literally is notorious not to get a good grade. 80 plus, sensor scope version. I'd probably say 175. So it'd be a 70 plus. And honestly, that is an accurate grade. Granted, I don't think I'd ever submit a figure that pinkish on the limbs. That is obscene. So take what you want, but I mean, I do mess up, clearly. But not this bad. I know the figure dome is really nice, but that is a clearly bad grade. To the point where I've actually had figures that are in better shape than this without that two-tone color that I'd actually just didn't even get graded. So that's weird. Warrock. 80. How the hell you get an 80 on a Warrock, right? Jesus. Lumat. 80 plus. Jawa. 80 plus. I think we're down to the finale. We are almost done. RTD2 sensor scope, 85. So that's solid. That might be a $200 figure right there. Very good. Then wrap it up with the fat piggy. You fat little piggy. 85. And I like fat piggies for that reason. No, I love Gamorrean guards. I love the Australian Adam Joseph Bank. I still have 2 of those, like they're Egyptian statues standing against each other, almost like the Neverending Story, the oracles. I just love having them side to side, looking like each other. And that's it, guys. Wait. Yes, I get wrapping. So we're done. Yay! 74 figures and 5 rejects. 5. Thank you guys for watching. On a side note, if you're still watching this, yes, I have not been posting videos. I've been working my butt off with a lot of other issues, but we will be posting videos constantly. That's the whole rotation coming up soon. Just tons and tons of videos of everything and anything.